The families of missing journalist Aserie Ndlovu and his partner Zodwa Mdhluli are holding a press briefing in Pretoria this afternoon. Let's listen in.
For the missing couple. So there is a number of Brigadier Ndloli's number that we are going to give out. That is the number that you must call if you have any information. This we are doing out of frustration, because it is extraordinary that we go to sleep and we wake up, we hear nothing. Our thoughts go out to the families every day. We think about them and what they might be going through. As Antoinette has said, the mother was here, the sister was here, and the children, the brothers and others, they have been here. We think about them. What could be going on in the evening when they have dinner? What goes on in the families in the morning when they have breakfast? What do they do during the day? Every call that comes through, they think it's a breakthrough that is going to give them some sense of a lead or some success that the police might have been able to crack. But up until now, none of those things have taken place. We are therefore sitting here appealing to members of the public, anyone who might have information that is going to assist. We have mobilized pastors as well. We'll be hosting prayer sessions throughout the week. We will share that information. All of this to try raise awareness about the plight of the families that are waiting for their loved ones to come back. At this point, there is no good news. There's absolutely zero. So we are worried every day, and the greatest concern is that with each passing day and there being no lead, no news, it makes us worry. We know about the other cases that we have seen reported in terms of the things that can happen. We are praying, we are hoping for the best. We are of the view that if we can work together with the authorities and the members of the public, we should be able to see some progress that is going to lead us to their whereabouts. So I'm going to ask Calvin to share some of the work that he has done from the side of the investigation which he has been involved with, also with the assistance and support of the police.
Good afternoon, thank you very much. I want to start by saying that myself as a forensic practitioner and a University of Johannesburg research associate, what I've done is on pro bono. I've taken the effort to engage with the family closely so that we can look into this matter. So in essence, I'm trying to plow back the skill, and besides that, I am in good communication with the police, especially the Gauteng organized crime, serious and violent and organized crime. And part of the findings is I exchange certain notes with them, so they give us also feedback. So we realized that, after our brothers Ndlovu got lost with a partner, there was some house break-in at his residential house in KwaMhlanga. The police have taken measures to get the fingerprints, and they are fast-tracking the results of the fingerprints. Then there is a Kumbi, a VW Kumbi Caravella, that gray in color, that has gone missing in the yard. And subsequent to that, at least now, we've got closure that the Kumbi has been found at one of the panel beating shop in Gezina. So it was not part of, perhaps, the item stolen from the particular scene of crime, we can call it. Now, our brothers who was driving a Golf, we call it Mark 1, a white Golf, those, we call them Mark 1. The car is still gone missing, but according to some of the sources, it was last seen in Bronkhorstspruit. So that's why we kindly also urge some of the community members around Bronkhorstspruit to be on the lookout. As you know, one can see it on some of the social media. We have posted the car, and we have posted the face of Swu and the partner Zodwa. Now, in terms of that, we have also interviewed some of the close friends of Swu, because of this disappearance. And hence we know that Sbu originally he's from Nelspruit, and then he was residing here in Pretoria at Lotus Garden. So the friends, they were in communication with him, but we checked all the addresses, even the previous addresses where he was staying, but with no luck. Now, another thing that normally when a person goes missing, mysteriously like this, we opt and find out if will there be any ransom that is being demanded. So far, there isn't any ransom that is being demanded. And another thing is that the police have verified and checked if the phone is still on, and can they perhaps use some of their equipment and gadget as resources to locate the particular phone, but with no luck, the phone is off. So they didn't get any joy from there. And another question, I know as good journalist, one can ask that obviously who is a person who has a bank account, perhaps maybe somebody's trying to loot from the bank account, or maybe withdrawing money. From where we stand with the police, they've given us surety that so far there isn't any money that is being withdrawn. In fact, there is a salary that he received on his bank account, and is still as it is. So there is no one who's holding him ransom, trying to withdraw the money. But again, at the same time, like we said, the phone has been off, the car is still gone missing, and our brother has mentioned that mortuaries, we went to mortuaries, we went to all hospitals, even driving around, in some of the outskirt areas where we can see that, where it is assumed that the last tower of the phone could have been at, and we checked, and to date, we don't have any luck. So we welcome the move of the press ombudsman to give out the reward, and anybody who's got this particular information, which can be crucial, to the success of recovering Umama Zodwa and Zodwa Mdhluli to come forward. But also, I want to caution some of our community members. Please, guys, no hoax calling. Do not call, pranking or doing any funny stuff. This is a serious matter. Today is our brother. Tomorrow it can be your family member. So let us act accordingly.
Thank you, Calvin, for that information. As you've heard, the number to call for those who might have information that could lead to the tracing of Zodwa and Aserie, it's 082-778-9035, and the number belongs to Brigadier Mdhluli, who is the provincial head for serious and violent crime investigations. So that's the reward for the 50,000 rand that has been made available by the African Media and Communicators Forum together with the National Press Club. But I also just want to mention that in the audience we do have representatives from the family, as well as representatives from MDDA, the Media Development and Diversity Agency. As some of you may recall, Aserie is the founder of Capital Live SA FM, which he was assisted by MDDA to set it up. So we're going to open for questions and answers, and we'd request that you introduce yourself and the media house you represent.
Gabriel Sporto from Newsroom Africa. Just a question about Aserie as a journalist, the work he was doing. Do we know if he was investigating anything that may have been sensitive, anything that would have put him in danger? Do we have that? And because there have been allegations of extortion, could you please perhaps expand on that?
Okay, do we have any other questions?
Good day, everyone. My name is John Lisai. I'm a journalist at IOL. My question is to both the National Press Club and Mr. Elijah. In terms, we cannot separate Aserie from his work. He was a journalist. In terms of concerns among the media, you represent journalists themselves. When one of them goes missing under mysterious circumstances like this, are they concerned or fearing for their lives because he was reporting day to day, then he goes missing the other day? Is there concern amongst the media practitioners in the country? Please speak to us about that, members that we have. What's the concern? And then to my brother Kelvin, just to inquire, there's rampant crime in South Africa. We often see cases of people going missing often. Could you speak to us about the chances, who are concerned about chances, when someone goes missing, is he going to be found? That's the concern amongst us as colleagues. What word could you give us from your broad experience in investigating crime? Or what are the chances of us saving our colleague? Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Colleagues, we don't know why Aserie and Zodwa have gone missing. As Johnny Size said, the crime rate in our country is very high. There are many people who get kidnapped that have nothing to do with journalism. But then we also know that journalists step on the toes of people who may be corrupt, may be doing things that they should not be doing. There are, we have heard that Aserie has been working on a story. We have heard that there were also efforts to extort him. Many shop holders and business owners get extorted, so in that capacity that there might have been an effort to extort him. The fact of the matter is we really don't know what the factors are in this case. But speaking for journalists in general, I don't think that a journalist and someone like Aserie would stop doing their job looking for the truth because there is danger. Obviously, we are concerned about our journalists in our country, and obviously we don't want them to be exposed to danger unnecessarily. But as journalists, we will look for the truth, and we will go where we have to go to find the truth. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for the question. We are worried. On our platform, we have both communicators and practicing journalists. And at various times since the disappearance of Aserie, there have been questions. They are messaging us, asking what has really happened. We don't know. They are concerned. Aserie was running a community radio station, which is one of the stations that is being used to run different campaigns. I can talk specifically about government campaigns, which were put on the platform that he co-founded. And we found that platform to be a useful one. And some of us in government communication, we were communicating directly with him as the founder of that platform. So now some of that work has been disrupted. People want to know what's going to happen. Those types of things. Even the staff at the station, they are doing their best to keep the business going, but things are very difficult. So concern in the communication space is there. Colleagues want to know, because this matter, it can happen to anyone, as Antoinette has said. People go missing. It could be you, it can be me, it could be anybody else. So what we are appealing for here is support. Let's be on high alert. All of us, whatever we hear, let's please pass it on to the police. Let's not let our guard down. Let's not only be concerned when it affects you directly, but if it affects someone in your space, let's be there for each other. As it has happened here, we cannot allow a precedent where some or one of us just disappears like that without a trace. Next time it could be one of us sitting in this room. We should never allow that type of thing to happen. And of course our thoughts go out as well to the family of Zodwa. We may not have worked directly with her, some of us, but she's part of Aserie's life. So together they formed a couple that were supporting each other. So we are not okay. That's the message. We are not okay. Just in December, we hosted a media networking session which he partly sponsored. That's the type of person that we're talking about here. Someone who said, I'm going to put forward the resources that I have from the station to support this unity that communicators and journalists have. So is that type of committed individual. So we are saying, please help us find him. We need closure of whatever type, but we really need to know what happened. We are comforted by the work that Calvin is doing together with the police, but we also want to send a message to the police as well, that please prioritize this matter just like we prioritize any other matter of a disappearance of a person. We are not asking for special attention, but we are just saying it's just painful when something like this has happened. We cannot forget it. In fact, from today, we will be running posters as well with the days that the couple has been missing. It's 28 days today, tomorrow is 29 days, on Tuesday is 30 days. And we'll be issuing these posters every day until we find closure. We will be releasing this with the details of the reward as well, and the number that you are going to be calling, so that we really keep it going. So please use your social media platforms and other platforms that you might have. In fact, we need to convey a special message of gratitude to the media houses that are here, because you are showing us consistently, just like it happened with the first media briefing, that you are with us. You fully support this. You understand that it's also about you. It could be one of yours. So we really need to rally behind each other and make sure that we show support mostly to the families. So we thank you very much for that. I'll hand over back to you, Chair.
Okay.
Let me just answer.
Yeah, before you do, just to echo that, I think that Anza and Antoinette have touched on how the industry has really come to show support towards the tracing of our colleague and his partner. And I know she has just walked in. She's the CEO of MDDA. As we've mentioned, Aserie has founded a community radio station operating in Mamelodi, but also other industry players like your press council as well. They've come on board. They've been releasing statements. We are in talks with Summit as well to see what else can be done. But I'll hand over to Calvin to respond to the technical question on the investigations plan.
No, thank you very much. I think that the question that you ask with Aserie is that the modus operandi or the pattern. So what basically happened is that the CCTV footage of the Denlim shopping center, where Aserie's got a small booth where he runs his community radio station, he was seen going out. Nobody followed him, or he was never escorted by any strange person. So it was just a normal walk out, and then he managed to get into his car and obviously drove home. So we wouldn't suspect anything that it has to do with issues of that radio station. There hasn't been. In Mamelodi, we can't shy away that there's too much extortion, the so-called Boko Haram and the likes. Together with the police, we did find out that there were instances where there were demands of these Boko Harams or extortionists to the shopping center. But the shopping center is the one that dealt with that matter and followed it up with the police. So not per se every shop is extorted individually. So that then we wrote it out that there is a particular extortion towards him as being Aserie as a journalist. But at the same time, we do acknowledge that he's running a community radio station. He's got many awarenesses that he's been making, but to our knowledge so far, nobody was threatening him at the time, or even demanding ransom, like we say. So also, I think to answer Jonina, I suggest, when you are colleagues normally, let alone issues of mental health, but also issues that you face in terms of somebody trying to discredit your work or stop you from reporting as a good journalist as you are. You must have WhatsApp groups, communicate with one another. If anybody is intimidating, then you post it on the group. And you also have close friends. If anything has to do with issues of mental health, because also that we can also root it out. We are still shocked. We don't know what is the motive at this moment, especially when ransom is not demanded or money is not withdrawn from his account. So there could be of many things, but so far we do not know the motive. But with the extortionist, we did try and find out, and also with intimidation, nobody was intimidating Aserie or even Zodwa for that matter. So that's basically what I can say for now.
Thank you. I don't know if we still have any. There's that's the only hand I have so far.
Just a last one in terms of the details when Aserie and Zodwa went missing, Calvin. Wasn't it exactly the same day at the same time? Do we have those details in terms of when they went missing?
Yeah. So basically when they went missing, it was the same day, the same night. So as a couple, Aserie drove to the house, and then from there, then one of the witnesses, or let me say a few of the witnesses, then saw them together and driving out. So they've gone missing on the same date. I think it was the 12th, yeah, on the very same date. They did go missing the very same
location.
Yeah, I think not the 12th, sorry, the 18th. Yeah, sorry, not the 12th, the 18th. It was on the same time, the same evening, the same date. Yes.
Colleagues, do we have any further questions? Okay. I think just to echo and emphasize what Elijah has said, we really have to find ways of keeping this story alive, especially for the sake of one of our own. And again, emphasize probably on the reward that has been made available by the African Media and Communicators Forum, together with the National Press Club. As I've mentioned, it's 50,000 rands, and anyone with any leads that could assist in this regard needs to contact Brigadier Mdhluli. The number again is 082 778 9035, 082 778 9035. But what also will happen post the briefing, there's a statement that has been prepared with all the details that we have shared. So do get in touch either with the African Media and Communicators Forum, but also it will be made available on the National Press Club website and social media pages. This is where we leave it in as far as the formal proceedings are concerned. And once again, a word of appreciation from the two organizations, and we hope that you won't get tired when we call upon you again once we have an update. We'll try and share as much information as and when it's made available to us. Thank you so much to everyone.
All right, we're going to come out of those live proceedings there. That's a media briefing where the family of missing journalist Aserie Ndlovu, alongside his partner Zodwa Mdhluli, who have been missing for 28 days now. Of course, we're briefing members of the media. Just noteworthy there is, of course, the press ombudsman that has since announced a 50,000 rand reward for any information that could lead to, or any credible information that could lead to the whereabouts of the missing two. And of course, the number there that you can call is 082 778 9035, and that is Brigadier Mdhluli Nama. That number once again, 082 778 9035.